Alright guys, so we're back here today, and today I told you we would be talking about Kentucky players and stuff in the future. You know, a few days ago we posted the video about the coaching job. At this point, when I'm filming this video, Kentucky has not found a new coach yet. We have, I think, offered Billy Donovan a coaching, or not Billy Donovan, we have offered Dan Hurley a coaching job. Let me get you guys straightened up here. We have offered him a coaching job, but I think that he has turned it down. We are going after Baylor's coach. I'm not sure if we will have got him yet. By the time this video comes out, I'm not sure. But let's hope that I do not have to redo it. If so, I'll put it at the end or something, or at the beginning. My bad that I said all this. But, as you guys know, this is some of the best players on the team. The Kentucky basketball season is over, and we have lost our coach. So my AirPlay is now working, and I can actually pull stuff up to the TV. Internet's working. Squirrel didn't chew in the wire today. But anyways, so we're going to be talking about Kentucky players that I think are going to be staying and leaving, and stuff like that, where they will be going. So let's get into it. So let's start off right here. You have Jordan Burks. You guys might not be able to see that too good. Yeah, you can see it pretty good. So, like it says, this is his stats. He averaged 1.9 points a game, 1.7 rebounds, 0.3 assists, and he had a 60% field goal. He was a freshman this year. He didn't get much playing time. He's one of the lower guys on this list that I have here. He's probably the lowest. But overall, I did not like it when he came on the floor. No offense to him. I just think he was young, and he needed, I think next year, he is a valuable player that can get some good playing time overall. And so I think he will be very helpful this upcoming year if he stays. But what I'm going to predict is he transfers because he really didn't get playing time this year. You don't know what he's going to end up going into with this new coach that will be coming. So I think that he will end up transferring. Next up, we have Rob Dillingham right here. So he was a freshman this year too. He averaged 15.2 points a game, 2.9 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and he had a 47.5 field goal percentage. Rob, it was a freshman. Like I said, he's a guard. He played great this year. Reed Sheppard, I feel like, played better. He was a guy who can come on the court and turn a game around real quick, or he can come on the court and mess up a game. But most of the time, he was the guy to come on the court and make sure that you won the game. Him and Reed came on the court at the end of the game, won the game for you. Don't start, but they win the game for you. You have to have those type of guys to make it far. They were just young this year. But my prediction for Rob is, like most of you predict, he's going to the NBA. Top 10 pick projection from the analyst, and I think that he will enter the draft. I think that's a no-brainer. If he stays, I'll be really shocked. All right, next up we have Antonio Reeves, 20.2 points a game, best player on the team overall in points and just consistency. He played the best all season. 4 rebounds, 1.6 assists. He was a fifth-year senior this year. He's a guard. He's very tall to be a guard, as he is. But as you guys know, this is kind of actually it is a you have to have no brains to actually say that he's coming back, because he can't. He's gone. Definitely. Because he was a fifth-year senior, you just can't stay another year. But I was glad I'm putting him and another guy in this video that you'll see in a second that were fifth-year seniors that I was glad played for us this year. I loved him. He's a great player, and I wish we had him for another year. Okay, here's the other guy, actually. So Trey Mitchell, he averaged 10.7 points a game, 7.2 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and he had a 48.4 field goal percentage. He was a fifth-year senior. He's a forward, and I should just read it off of this and show you guys this. I should step back. That might be what I do so you can see it better. But yeah, so there is Trey Mitchell. He was a great player for us. He he got injured a lot. Let me say that. He did get injured a lot. That's not good. But if he would have stayed healthy, I think that he would be a late second round pick in this year's draft. I think Antonio will go in the draft, maybe late first round, early second. But if he would have stayed healthy and played consistently, I think that he would be a late second round pick in the draft. Next up is Udon Onyenso. He was the starting center for us this year, 7 foot. He averaged 3.6 points a game, 4.8 blocks, and 0.2 assists, 55 field goal percentage. I wish that it would tell us the blocks on here, but it don't. But he was the best blocker on the team. I would say he averaged around 3.8 blocks a game, maybe. He was a very good rim protector. Let me just tell you that. My projection for Udon Onyenso, I would love to see him stay, but I think he will enter the transfer portal with us having some more centers coming in. And I think that we have 2 more centers in this video. I think that at least one of them will stay. We'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah, I think he will end up testing the transfer portal. I don't think he'll go into the draft, but the portal is something that I think will happen. He could stay. I would love for him to stay, but I think he'll test the portal. Next up is Adu Fierro. And so you guys know he has technically entered the portal, but he is technically trying out for NBA teams, but he technically still can come back. Something I don't understand. I don't understand how he can be in the draft process and stuff, but still he can come back. That's something I'm not too sure about. But anyways, he averaged 7.2 points a game, 5 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and a 49.2 field goal percentage. And he was a great player for us. When he got healthy, he was a great necessity for us. We had to have him on the court. I think Cal messed up by starting Mitchell over him in that last game, but it's what Cal decided. I think that we would have been better off with Mitchell on the bench, but it's just what we did. So, yeah. So, I forgot to even make my projection. I think that he will end up going into the portal. I don't think that he'll get any draft stock, you know what I'm saying? I think that he will test free agency. I'm thinking about the NBA right now, guys. But I think he will test the portal, and I think that he will go in that. So, yeah. And find him a new team. All right, here's another center we have on this list. He's 7 foot center. I'll let you guys see that, and I'll step away right here. He averaged 4.9 points a game, 3.3 assists or rebounds, 0.3 assists, and a 57.6 field goal percentage. Aaron Bradshaw was a decent player for us this year. He was our starting center at the beginning of the year until Udon Onyenso really turned himself on and started playing good. Bradshaw, he's the guy on the court that's going to do the mouthing for you, if you know what I'm saying. But I don't feel like Bradshaw will end up staying at Kentucky. I think he will also transfer. I was about to say free agency again, but I think he will end up transferring. And but I would love to also see him stay back. I would love for a lot of these players to stay back, having them another year older, more mature, better basketball players. I would like that a lot. Next up, we have Big Z. I cannot find the stats for Z. It will not let me see that. But he was a great 7'2" Croatian center for us this year. No, I wouldn't say great. His first game, he played really good and had all of us thinking that he was like the next Anthony Davis or the next Victor Wembanyama or something like that, just a little bit shorter. But he did not really end up turning out like that. I wish he would have. He was a good player when he got playing time. When Cal gave him playing time, he was a good player. He had to really get himself rolling. He was in the games a lot of the time to do rim protecting, and I want him to shoot the ball more. I really do. Like me and my dad were sitting on the couch watching one game, and he's like, "Dude, you're a big guy, get in the paint." I was like, "I want him to shoot." You know what I'm saying? But I want the big guys in there to be in the paint. And this is like my 7'2" forward. You know what I'm saying? Power forward. But it's just how it is. All right, next up we have Justin Edwards. He averaged 8.8 points a game, 3.4 rebounds, 0.9 assists, and a 48.6 field goal percentage this year. He's 6'8". He's a 6'8" guard. I would call him a small forward. In my opinion, that's how we played him this year, as small forward. Justin Edwards, he played good when he got on a roll. Like, he had to make a few shots, and then he played good. Like, was it Alabama we played and he had the perfect game? I think it was Alabama. But he had the perfect 10 for 10 field goal game. That's pretty good, to be honest. I think he had 28, maybe, points. I don't know. But he played really good that game. He just has to get his stride. But my prediction is he will go into the draft. I don't like that prediction, but I know that it is what will happen. I don't want him to go in the draft. What makes no sense to me is he didn't have the best season this year. So why is the team going to draft him? If you know what I'm saying. I mean, they might look at the success he had wherever he was playing before this, whether it's high school or whatever. But I don't know. Let me just drop this. Alright, so we got DJ Wagner up next. He averaged 9.9 points a game, 1.9 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and he had a 40.5 field goal percentage. He's a 6'4" guard, and he was a freshman this year. He is a great player. He was our starting point guard the whole year. When he got in his groove, he's kind of like Edwards. When he got in his groove, he was a rock star, to be honest. But like, there was games where he would have 0 points, but I like his intensity on defense. I like how he can go out there, make another point guard tired, Reed come in, then be able to shoot or rob. You know what I'm saying? He makes them tired on offense. Then when it comes to defense, he can't guard nobody, if you know what I'm saying. So that's a pretty good player that you have to have, that guy that can step up on defense and be the main defender as a guard if you need a defender to come in late in the game, and add a scorer like Reed, which Reed was a great defender too, and add a scorer like Reed or Rob to come in there and score the ball. Next up, we actually have Reed Sheppard, but let me go. Did I already talk about Rob? I guess I did, didn't I? Oh yeah, I talked about him at the beginning of the video. Well, this is the last player that we have to talk about, guys. So you have Reed Sheppard right here. He averaged 12.5 points a game, 4.1 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and a 53.6 field goal percentage. He was a freshman, 6'3" freshman, and he didn't live far away from me here. Actually played his cousin before. But I think that Reed was a very good player this year. He was consistent in some games. When he got in his groove, he's like other players on this list. They're young, and they have to catch themselves in that little groove, sort of, to get to score. You know, young players like him, they have to be able to make a shot, give them confidence, and get back in the game to make more shots. You know what I'm saying? So, he was a great player, very good field goal percentage. He was at 60. If you didn't miss all of them shots at the end of the season, then he would be way higher than 50, probably about 60. But overall, Reed was my favorite player on the team this year. So the decision that we have to make with him is the most tough decision that we're making with any of them, okay? So, like, Reed is a Kentucky guy. His mom and dad played basketball at Kentucky. He's grown up in Kentucky. He's watched Kentucky basketball. It's been his dream to play for the Kentucky Wildcats. But there's still some people that think he could go into the draft. I know some people around here where I live think that he's going to leave now that Cal's gone. But I don't think that Cal would have influenced anything. I think it's Kentucky basketball. That's the reason that he's here. I don't think it's for Cal. So my prediction on Reed is I think he will stay. I've told some people that, and some people have disagreed, and some people have agreed with me. But I think that Reed Sheppard will end up staying, and he will be hopefully the best player for us next year if he stays. All right, so let me go ahead and turn the TV off right here. I got a little bit more to talk about. Let me scroll through here. I'll just leave it on. You guys get to see all them guys again. So we'll leave it right there. But anyways, so let's talk about a little bit more about Kentucky this year. So we have some good recruits coming in. Some people are thinking that they might go to Arkansas with Cal. Some people like Carter Knox, and I can't remember the other guy's name. It's like a weird last name. I can't pronounce it. But I don't know what will end up happening there. I don't know much about them guys. But what I do know is about these guys. I think the predictions that I made were pretty legit. And I think that's what's going to happen. Really like this team this year. They were a great team. If I wish we could have went further in the SEC and NCAA and been better. Beginning of the season, they were really hyped, but they fell off a little bit. It's all right. We'll be hopefully better this year and keep working up. So that's going to wrap this video up, guys. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. All right.